Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans and RPG Limit Break fans. We have an awesome race for you guys tonight. Everybody's doing well. I'm in the booth with Admiral Tryhard. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. It's been a nice day. Finish off the round of 16 of Final Fantasy Randomizer co-op.
Yeah, this is a very hype matchup. Trash Island, Engine number 9, one of the original co-op teams going back to the tournament in 2019, and clever team name. This is their second year together, Dark Moon and Sawney Wrath, looking to build on their success from Game 2. Fizzle and Tarnin looking to punch their ticket into the round of 8. Jay Scheidel behind the scenes, restreaming for us here. Couldn't do it without him. And Danny, the perennial FFR tracker, is also clicking some buttons for us. These flags, Admiral. I mean, what when you think of these flags, what's like the word cloud that appears above your head when trying to describe them?
Thief. This
well,
is like the optimal flag set for a thief.
This is true. You're not going to see any greater benefit for thieves in organized play. We have not only the thief fixes, which have been around since about summer 2019 with the double hit growth, but we also have buffed agility. That thief is going to start with an extra 100 agility, which is the equivalent of basically two
small
ruses?
Correction here. The thief doesn't start with an extra 100 agility. The thief literally starts with 100 agility.
Okay, yeah, so thief is starting basically with 2 ruses and half an invis stack, so almost all halfway to evasion cap. And thief gets another little bonus. Admiral, why don't you tell the folks about lockpicking?
Yeah, so you know that mystic key these runners will sometimes be running around to find enter go mode? Just level up to level 10. Just level up.
I only got to get a level 10 and I can open any locked door?
Yep, any locked door, even
That's
the
awesome.
one in Topher.
One of the newest features to make it from beta to the live site at FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, that thief lockpicking changes the game. Another one of these little touches on the co-op flags that you're going to get to see as soon as, if this is your first time watching these flags, just wait until our runners get in that boat. Oh man. If you haven't seen Speedboat, you're in for a treat tonight.
Now, if you also never seen these flags before, I'm gonna have to warn you to try your best to keep up, because we've got floor and entrance shuffle on, meaning you can walk in Corneria Castle, it'll lead to a volcano, into a sky, into a kraken.
It's so, and not only that, so floor and entrance shuffle is a staple of the co-op experience, but this time we buried the towns underground, so we might find a town on the surface level. We might find Provoca. Yep, we might find Provoca 6 floors down on the bottom of the marsh split, and on the top of the marsh split, we might find Lefane. So it's going to be interesting how deep these dungeons go.
How deep was the deepest dungeon you've seen in this flag set?
I want to say it was in my... So I partnered up with Nightmare Phoenix to help them get through the first round, and we had a Titans East in the last race that was marsh split into the top of marsh led to the vampire floor. Behind the vampire, there was about 4 to 5 transition floors, I think, leading into the ice cave loop with the loose canoe, or the incentive canoe.
Our runners are off.
And here we go. Yep. So, folks talking about drafts, this is open party selection. So we got a Brack stick.
Got Invis and Heal 2 for level 1 white magic.
That early Brack stick is gonna...
Oh, that's Topher at Corneria Castle as well. Black magic, we got level 1 nuke.
Level 1 nuke and Brack stick gonna make this really fun. We're gonna be able to kill some stuff. We're gonna be able to, if we find an early Kraken or Tiamat floor, we're going to have an early crack at getting an orblet, which will increase our experience growth by 100%. So every orb we light, our XP is going to basically double. Folks in chat asking about blurses.
Alright, I've got them pulled.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, so fighters are going to have an extra 20% to hit. That means they're going to hit thresholds to get the next hit much faster, much higher levels. Thief's got a pretty useless one with Thor Hammer. Black belts can equip red mage armor, which why would you equip any armor unless you're low level?
Yeah, it's good for early game starting. You
Red
know.
mages have fighter strength, so if you need a backup melee character, the red mage will be great.
Yeah.
White mages have 40 agility, so they're like a mini thief, except without the luck.
Yeah.
And then black mages have black belt vitality, so don't be surprised when you see the black mage exceeding some other classes' HP growth.
Yeah, that black mage with like 600 HP just like it warms my heart to see, because black mages typically like you're lucky if they break 300 HP. But so it looks like we have a pretty standard TOF here, because we're also working with random floors being flipped horizontally. So we might see some really weird pathing and routing as we go through these floor and entrance shuffle dungeons. But right now, standard TOF. And
Yeah.
Lefane was up in the TOF location, so not a whole lot doing here in the first two entrances. We'll see how our teams split up. If I would imagine somebody's going to peel off and go to the Provoca area, somebody might be heading to Elfland or even to Dwarf Cave.
Yeah,
Yep.
typically, from what I've seen, or what I've done in practice, I should say, is one person heads west to Dwarf Cave and works their way through the like the whole Elfland continent, where
here we
the other
go.
person goes to Provoca and then heads out of the inner sea.
Sawney Wrath in that airship that's into the sea. I love it. And Dark Moon dealing with a bit of a bat block here, trying to get away from these dang bats, but they just won't cooperate. And I would imagine Dark Moon
And oh no,
seething as that bat goes down to the door. And
see,
so
this is not a good start for Dark Moon
no,
because
like yeah,
both
that's
runners have to finish in order for the time to stop,
you
and
got to
these
get out of
races
the
can be
Garland
close.
room. You got to get out of the Garland room if you're gonna finish the seed. So yeah, unfortunately, just takes a reset and just tries again
Ooh,
as
the Poison
Fizzle.
Cave is Elfland.
And Fizzle finds. Looks like he went out to. I think this is Melmond. And found Temple of Ordeals. So with a Brack stick and level 1 nuke, like anything's possible.
I agree. My partner isn't as bold as I am when it comes to diving things, but you know, nuke solves your issues.
Yeah. It definitely, like I said, it definitely gives you some courage as Tarnin digs out the Titan's Tunnel here, and I believe this is Elfland Castle. So
Meanwhile, we've got level 4 white magic. Best I saw was Fog 2, so not all that great. But Zap, Saber, and Lock 2. Ninja looks pretty good.
yeah. And
you know, unlike some people here, I like thieves.
I mean, you're not alone. Thieves are definitely since I've joined the community, thieves have gone from like the meme darling of Will Bloodworth to like a viable melee class. I still prefer a fighter to a thief, but I would in my day, like if black belts weren't allowed, a double fighter would be like my melee choice. 9 times out of 10 if I needed a double melee party.
I would like to go
But now
fighter thief.
yeah, but now I'm coming more around to that fighter thief with
I'm happy with multiple thieves if I get multiple katanas as well.
yeah, that's where he starts to get a little iffy for me. Now your co-op partner and I, Lynn the Cat, we raced in Spring Tournament 2019 and we did a agreed upon party of fighter triple thief.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but we got Lefane heal 3. So white magic is not the best at the high levels, or not the best for these runners because they need a high level.
Yeah, heal 3 would have been pretty nice to find early in Provoca. You like to have a sweeper heal spell like that to kind of replace the need for healing pots. As Fizzle continues bouncing in and out of this ordeals, there's something in here slowing them down. Saber Lock 2. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, because the ninja, like the ninja with crits and saber is gonna always take down the feeds eventually.
Yeah.
Because that evasion with this flag set, it's
Yeah,
all gonna be so good.
yeah, usually the problem with the thief compared to the fighter for me is the HP growth and the ability to have good absorb. Because the thief is very crunchy compared to the fighters like durability with like the dragon or even the opal armor. And there's sorcerers with stone poison for Fizzle and Ordeal. So Ordeal's, Fizzle says maybe today, but we're gonna go to Titan's East and Earth Cave and maybe take a breather as Tarnin relaying the information that he found here in Matoya's cave.
That is an earth incentive. We've got Oxyale. So in this flag set, we've got Ordeals, Ice, Sky, and Earth incentives.
With 3 loose items kicking around, that Oxyale could very well be the Earth incentive. I think we still have to open boxes if we find other Earth floors, just in case, which is why we see Sawney continuing the exploration here past that incentivized, or the key item in the Oxyale.
Yep, and you see that Sani was waiting for the partner to get the Oxyale, because you see Darkmoon didn't pick up the Oxyale, but Darkmoon has it.
And checking out the Hall of Giants and finds giants. It's like poetry, it rhymes. Gonna try it again. Now we're just gonna run.
See the other Hall of Giants encounters. Ghost.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Anyway, you were saying about this forced thief back in 2019.
Yeah, so we ran fighter triple thief without I think at that point thief fixes weren't even available for the double hit growth. It was still fun. It was still a fun party comp to run, but it's just you kind of have to be prepared for it if you're gonna run more than one thief. And Fizzle finds Sky 3, but it's backwards. It's so awkward to walk through this.
And barren.
Yeah, and this is the last redemption here. There's a Bane. Yeah, vanilla Bane sword. That's pretty good.
We've already got a Brack stick, so the value of it kind of diminished, especially level 1 nuke.
Yeah, I mean, it's still
good.
Yeah, it gives us, like, when we find the Tia and Kraken floors, it gives both those mages, or even the fighter, something to do. Like, spam Brack and Bane and nukes, and you might have a way through. And there's dwarves. Neat. Alright, so we're gonna get a hooray before we leave? Fizzle? Fizzle, hooray? Fizzle?
Yeah, not sure what Fizzle's doing.
You didn't do the hooray.
Oh, I just had to reset out because the dwarf cave was down all the way down. No, it's
he could have talked to the hooray dwarf. He could have talked to the hooray dwarf. Fizzle, we're gonna talk later. Hooray dwarf's best dwarf. You got to get that RNG boost if you're gonna win this race.
I don't know. You don't need to lean into as much RNG versus when you're playing a fighter. So back to thieves. Thieves lean into that RNG a lot because they're hoping for crits. They're hoping that their enemy misses. They're hoping that they run, but they make their odds much better.
There's the Oxyale and Sawney now with the attempt on Ordeals. We'll see if Sawney can get through and get past the harrowing stuff that we were seeing on Fizzle screen with those stone poison sorcerers. And there's Darkmoon seeing sorcerers here in Ice Cave. So one of these runners might get that information early and be able to share it. And there's a Q block.
It's not a -2. Oh no.
Every time.
Feels thief, man.
So that thief may not be a permanent fixture in our thief parties.
You could get a really good Vorpal sword.
This is true, but I'd like a really good Vorpal sword in the hand of a fighter over the hands of a thief.
With these Blursings, I could see that, but if I don't find a knight, I wouldn't complain if I found a Vorpal that rolled well.
Sure. All right, so back in Canaria for Fizzle, Tarnin continues down through the Earth Cave, finds the marsh top here, and Darkmoon gets through the drop down tile here in the Ice Cave. And I don't think Tarnin or Fizzle have been to this entrance. This looks like it's Marsh Cave.
It looks like marsh top, I believe.
No, I'm sorry, the Darkmoon is in. I think this is
Oh.
the Marsh Cave entrance. Yep. And just double check the notes from Danny. It is the Marsh Cave that Darkmoon's in. So yeah, we haven't seen Tarnin or Fizzle come to the Marsh Peninsula just yet.
Yeah. Instead, Lord Fizzlebeef heading straight to Crescent Lake.
It's a big play. I mean, most folks will, like we talked about early strategy and diving these early entrances. Like, there is something to be said about branching out and going to like a later game entrance just to see what's there, because you never know. It could be Sarda with the canoe.
Yeah, it's
I also like.
there's no reason why any entrances would be preferred other than overworld placement, because
Yeah, it's
it's
proximity
not
routing.
like they're harder.
Yeah, and it's
But-
it's just the proximity routing usually. And there's Earth 4 for Fizzle. They had the knowledge that Oxiel was in an Earth floor, but still got to open the boxes. There are those 3 loose items kicking around. And what I was going to mention, I like the cheeky play of just immediately bum rushing Bahamut's Island, because we do have docks there, and there's a second Bane Sword. As Tarnid finds the backwards waterfall, one of the worst places to find flip floors.
Lord Fizzlebeef has been ambushed by a bunch of shadows that spam Fog 2 on themselves. Ooh, Lock 2?
That's
you thought too.
huge. Yeah, that's huge. A Lock 2 bonk is really good.
At
'Cause
this
the level-
point, I would be really happy if I didn't find a ninja.
And there's the herb. We did see Elfland Castle in Provoca, so Darkmoon and the bridge. Hey.
The bridge is not incentivized, actually.
Oh, and Sawney with the canoe. So Sawney able to get through ordeals and gets the incentivized items. So clever team name, looking pretty good here.
I have to agree with that assessment.
Because who knows how long it'll be before Fizzle decides to get back on that horse and come back to the Melmond entrance. Meanwhile, Tarnin working on this waterfall.
This waterfall could be huge. It could be a floater. Oh,
Right.
wait, they still need the canoe in order for floater to be any of use.
Yeah.
But
So-
I would still happily take a floater.
Darkmoon coming back in. Curious. I wonder if we skip some boxes and he wants to be thorough.
Maybe a good early grind tile. But it's ice.
It's a long. That's a long. I mean, it's a nice truncated ice cave without the short floor and the box floor.
Maybe
but...
maybe it's the grind tile, like
Yeah,
right near
just-
the exit.
All right, and Fizzle continuing to check Earth 4 here. Nothing in the top armory.
Oh, just missed a chest. Okay,
I missed what that was, but
there's just some gold.
okay. It's kind of hard to read on the stream preview for me. All right, so clever team name with the early advantage with that canoe, but Tarnid grabbing another
good.
Bane Sword. Another freaking Bane Sword. And the Adamant, so...
Yeah. So clever team name with the canoe. They're gonna have a lot less double dipping to do, because a lot of these, like you see, Lord Fizzlebeef is currently in Crescent Lake. If he had a canoe right now, he would be able to just row on over to Volcano, maybe Ice Cave.
Yeah, the only way that this could be a net positive for Trash Island engine number 9 is if Fizzle digs out loose floater here in Crescent Lake, and Sawney and Darkmoon go and investigate all the canoe entrances like Ice Cave and Volcano and the waterfall entrance and Lafane and Gaia, because we can walk to those places now as long as we have a canoe. And just
Ooh, that's
abandons
That's a loose cube.
the plays here that Fizzle and Tarnan are making. So it's still anyone's game, but it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out.
They're definitely going to need to dig out that canoe at some point.
Mm-hmm.
However, what I find what actually gives the biggest advantage, what team finds the earliest fiend and is able to kill it.
Yeah, jumpstarting
the EXP scaling is so good.
Yeah, jumpstarting the level growing is huge. And there's Lich. So speak of the devil, let's check our tools. We got an Aether Bonk, we got Brax and Banes. Not gonna help unless we had Exfer. So that's a reset for Fizzle. But we got the loose cube. And we're talking. We're thinking. We're going. Alright. Dark
Lord
Moon
Fizzle
picking...
is probably thinking like, the Ordeal's location.
Well, Ordeal's canoe locked, so...
No, I mean like...
Oh, yeah, going back to Melmond, yeah.
Like, the actual, like, maze of Ordeals.
Yeah. And it looks like that's where he's heading, so it's going to be good for him for them to get back there and get that canoe. And meanwhile, Tarnan can take the adamant from the waterfall, or actually maybe that's what Fizzle's doing. He's going to bring that adamant to the dwarf cave and see what's what. But Sonny Wrath gonna beat him there.
Lazy dwarf CNT.
Oh, Vuvuzela. So there's our loot.
The two fun flags I never mix together are the multiple snacks for the giant and the multiple instruments, because I'm just like, wait, is that a food or an instrument?
I always just have my Titan snack set to junk food, so it's always pretty easy to spot. Although I did get a loot that was a cowbell, and I was like, is that the chime?
We see Lord Fizzlebeef getting some encounters in the sky floor, but Whiz-Vamps are no joke. Especially with over 350 HP.
Yeah, the upside here is that not everyone needs to survive. We do have the ability for nuns and dead characters to gain XP. So if that Black Mage had been the only one that survived it, the fighter and the White Mage would have gotten XP for that fight. And the 1 HP hero. Oh, goodbye, Fade. But here you'll see everybody gains a level, including the downed White Mage. So net positive here.
More on that. Nuns that gain EXP. So we've got promoted classes behind the Fiends. So
yeah,
and just so everyone knows, these are going to be 4 unique classes. So you're not going to find 4 black belts.
Yep. I would have actually loved to have seen Fizzle walk to the Lich room just to see what the class is, just get that information. But instead, we're going to get the information of what's behind the Q block, and it's Sky 2. This is another good floor for taking fights on. All these encounters give tons of XP.
A fighter with a flame sword, especially if, we find something like metal slimes where we could just nuke them.
Oh, but we ran and nuked, so now because the nuke clear. Okay, see, because the nuke cleared, that means the fighters. Oh no,
I was about to say it's fire sword, so they might.
It's got actually. Oh, Sonny getting a Lightning 3 shirt out of the Dwarf Armory, so he must have that level 10 thief because we have not seen a key yet. So.
This
cute
is
little advantage there.
Yeah, especially with loose items, you just be like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna go check Dwarf Lock because treasure."
Yeah, and considering we found Elfland Castle, we found TOF, like those are some key locks we can open.
There's only 3 more key lock chests that we don't know about, and that's the Northwest Castle location.
And the 3 on the bottom of Marsh, but no one's checking those. Like they could have loot. Yeah, they could. back in my day. I
Never
mean, yeah,
merged,
like
let's hope.
with 3 loose, you never know. But when you have Excal, Katana, Vorpal, Defense, Ribbon, and all of the key items in the pool, like the likelihood of a loose being required out of Marsh is not likely, considering
Yeah,
the big loose that would matter would be the loot, the cube if it was gating a fiend, the rod if it was gating a fiend, and that's about it. Or
it's
maybe Oxial or Chime.
yeah. So there's only a few things that are blocked. So it's
And Darkmoon,
so
without the levels on his thief, just bounced off the Dwarven Armory. You hate to see it.
rod, oxiale, chime, cube, loot, and transportation. That's all we need for key items. Otherwise, it's just good equipment.
Yeah, and those key items like the Oxial stuff may not be required. It all depends on they very well could be, but it's
not required until you see that there's no fiend behind it.
Yeah, and like old entrance floor shuffle logic in my mind, the only thing that's really required is loot and key. But with the thief lock picking, like it's really just loot. You know, loot's the big mystery.
I'm really happy when I get early canoe, early floater, and early loot. And I just pray I find the thieves.
And there's clever team name doing a little vendor magic, selling that opal armor to get some money.
Well, they're running thief strats, so they're just gonna bank on not caring about the knight.
Yeah, and Tarnin a few steps away from getting that canoe. Gotta get away from these wizards. You hate to see an ambush when you brought a thief.
But that's what the agility is for, as he dodges both of them.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh, there's the herb. That's right. It was a fetch quest on fetch quest. So the canoe came out of ordeals. This herb will be their loot. Right. Prince is the rod. Danny's got notes.
Yep. Thank you to Danny for giving us great notes. Although I do admit I don't look at them enough. I never look at my own notes, even if I took them for like a giant test.
Yeah, I find when I'm taking notes for FFR, it's not so much being able to look back at the notes that's helpful. I think it's just writing it down is just helpful, and like sort of getting that reinforcement.
I just take notes to like double layer my partner taking notes. Because you just ask each other a bunch of questions.
Yeah. All right, and Darkmoon with the levels now gets his Lightning 3 -2 shirt.
Speaking of lightning, Grimps have Lightning 2 and just wiped Tarnin.
Yeah, that's at least it was overworld Grimps and not like spike tile at the bottom of a dungeon. And you don't want to lose like level gain progress, but yeah, it's still frustrating.
The both spike tile Grimps that all get Lightning 2 before you.
All right, and Fizzle sailing away from ordeals. Just it's big uh-oh energy. Hopefully Tarnin will attempt that ordeals, as Fizzle looks like headed for Bahamut Hole and maybe Onrak. Yep, there we go. First look. Melmond, hey, Melmond's cleaned up. I love this flag. The vampire attacks a random town, so Melmond looks pretty nice this time of year.
Tier 4 and Tier 4 Invis 2 and Wall for the white.
That's huge.
Mage. We've got Ice 3 Brack and Lit 2 for the Black Mage at level 5, so very, very good. Very respectful, except Ice 3 is promotion locked.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Check out the Melmond item shop, not a phrase you've heard often mentioned.
Anyway, the lack of Ice 3 doesn't hurt as much because we got Nuke.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it being level 5 is just like, it's fine. I'm probably not really going to cast that. But so the fact that Melmond is restored means that we are dealing with a town out there that is not restored, and we have not seen that yet.
Any bets on what it is?
I'm thinking Provoca. I think the pirates ran amok.
I'm thinking Crescent Lake. The sages are actually evil.
When the vampire attacks a town, it only removes the item shop and the clinic, so not the end of the world per se. And we're gonna take a little. We're trying to do a little grind here on Cardia. I mean, we could find some Sorias down here, which would be good XP, but worms will do too. And Tarnin gonna get the good information. All we gotta do is not hit stone poison sorcerers.
But hey, that thief putting in work, that extra agility gives the thief an incredibly high chance to ambush enemies. And that run chance came in clutch as well.
And there's the canoe. So Trash Island Fire Department fans can breathe a little easier, but Dark Moon finds Lich and says,
he's going for it.
I'm going for it. So they know that this is the rubber match for him, and you can't really play safe. So I love this play here by Dark Moon. You never know what's going to happen.
Ooh. Never mind, that Earth Elemental had other plans.
It happens.
But Lord Fizzlebeef has found Marsh Split. I believe this is Cardia Double Top. So this is 2 dungeons in 1, folks.
Could be more if we find that C split. Let's go.
3 dungeons in 1. Can't wait to explore 14 floors before I save.
Oh, this is a good floor to find. I like finding Mirage 1. Definitely like finding Mirage 1 more than a flipped lava floor.
It's like, ooh, that's a ribbon.
And that's the non-incentive ribbon too, so...
Not the non-incentive ribbon, a non-incentive ribbon.
Not a non-incentive ribbon.
Yeah, we've got...
Words are hard, man.
Like, 3 non-incentive ribbons, at
well,
least?
there could be more. Yeah, there could just be the one incentivized ribbon. We have random treasures are turned on, so... We're not guaranteed any ribbons outside of the incentivized one, so... Finding a free one like that, and it's not too far buried. I would imagine Tarnin might circle back for that. And here we go, and it looks like that's a master. That's pretty good.
It's not my favorite one to find first. That's my only complaint.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites to find though, because we have the master black belt MDef, not inverted, but quote-unquote fixed. The black belt only gains 3 MDef per level instead of the vanilla 4. The master gains 4 MDef per level with these flags.
Yep. And if you recruit a master, the game treats it as if it was a master from level 1, so you got absolute maxed MDef.
Oof. And lava floor to small C transition floor into the teleporter maze, and Dark Moon working on this Lich 1, fires a nuke, 350, gets it done. Huge swing there for clever team name, and gonna grab that master, and we got Dangle in the party.
Orb lit just past the 29-minute mark.
That's huge for them, because that's gonna increase their XP gain by 100%.
Yeah, that first orb is really what sends you from the early game to the middle game, because it's double EXP growth now.
Yeah. Yeah. Tarnin or
early nuke.
Yeah, and it looks like Tarnin is working his way to the Lich floor.
I'm not as big of a fan of this play, because this is something I'd want to do like right at the end. Because once you stick that master in, if you want that master at the end, you're just gonna have to commit to having like a useless party member for 3 fiends.
I mean, you give that master the Brack stick, and he can contribute to Tia and Kraken fights for sure. It's just about using the tools that you have.
Yeah, that's fair. These green okay men are not okay.
But Tarnin encountered
That's a loose tail.
Oh hey, maybe we'll go see our. I feel like every time somebody finds something, I gotta like introduce another new flag that's on for this tournament, because we can take that tail and we might be able to promote if we can.
Bahamut.
and we can beat them in a fight. So
Yeah, Bahamut's got like Tiamat 1 stats.
yeah, it's crazy. But we're on Lightning 3 charges for Tarnin as that unrunnable Earth Elemental ate at least one of our nukes. So this will be a little bit slower fight for Tarnin, but we should
Ate the White Mage.
be able to get through.
Come on, Red Mage with fighter strength, please.
2 hits, 2 damage. Feels like a fighter. Let's go. Alright, Fizzle continues his exploration of the Agama floor. Dark Moon headed to place. I would imagine this is a cube lock check for them, yeah. Oh man, so this is where you would really hope that you had that lock 2 item. Because this Lich is a little evasive.
Yeah, although Tarnin pulling out a little bit of a big brain strat, using that fog helmet on the Red Mage, because the Red Mage is the one doing more damage.
Yeah. It's all about using the tools you got. So, question, or more of a comment from Ro16. So, the co-op in Final Fantasy Randomizer, it shares key items, it shares orbs being lit, and on top of that is communication in voice chat, and usually a shared note document. Fizzle finds Carrie, so...
Rip the Red Mage.
Oh no.
I think this is a wipe.
Drink strats, go! Oh man, 2 hits, 2 damage.
I'm gonna kill Lich 2 damage at a time unless I crit.
I mean, we got some chunk damage from the lightning 3s, but yeah, we need more misses. 2 hits, 31. Oh, 4 damage. Gotta chug a potion after this one. And there was a zap item for Sawney. Zap item would be huge here on
Thief is
Lich.
affected by darkness, so that's gonna be the thief
no.
isn't evading as much.
And there it is. Yeah.
That's the effects of darkness, folks. It's an anti-invis stack.
So Dark Moon gonna come right back in and hopefully not catch an unrunnable Earth Elemental and keep a few of his nuke charges here.
And just hope that Lich doesn't get around to thundering his Red Mage.
Yeah. There's level 7 Fade as Fizzle finds Gaia in the Onrak entrance.
So that, because it's Gaia's, that's promotion locked Fade.
That was a lot of iron gear with pluses next to it, which would have made a beautiful fighter. So iron armor +1, iron helmet I think was +3, iron shield was also a positive. Still looking for a shop item, so Fizzle's going to come into the inn and save now and go check the item shop. That way we can buy it and reset and keep our money.
Bit of a funny moment I saw on Sonya's screen. I saw a bunch of red lizard-looking things, except they're iguanas, not saurias.
Or agamas.
Or yeah.
Sony likes to play with the palette swap on, which I've played with it, but it breaks my brain more than most flags. All right, but here we go.
Shuffle breaks my brain enough.
Nuke comes out 274. Cheeky Brack broken into pieces.
What?
What?
This is not Team Devious RNG. This is
what?
This is Trash Island Engine. Get this RNG out of here.
What? What? My brain's broken out. That's 3 in 256 chance. All undead in the game resist the stone poison elemental. So Brack is a strong play on Lich if you open with an expert. and you strip the and there's another ribbon for Darkmoon. If you strip the undead of their resistance to the stone poison element, Brack is very good on Lich, but we don't have an Expert item. Did the white mage didn't cast Expert?
The white mage just said, "Here's a Brack stick. Please
Yeah.
die, Lich."
Wow.
And Lich died.
Wow, that's awesome.
Ask and you shall receive.
All right, I gotta sit up now.
That was a big play because that gives Team Trash Island Engine the Earth.
Yep. So orb count even. So there was a question from Hot Fuzz. So they both don't have to let the orbs. The orbs are shared. Yes, they both might need to kill the fiend. So we might see Lich, or we might see Fizzle go back for the Lich kill if he wants that master.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of like trying to see what the other fiends have before I go back and get the master, because again, those other classes might have some like super good utility. Like you find a black wizard, oh, I could just give him nuke.
Yeah. And we found Sarda. I missed what the Sarda item was.
It was a useless ruby.
Ah, fair. And there's a cremate wipe for Fizzle trying to walk out of this dungeon, but
unfortunate. But hey, next time Lord Fizzlebeef dives in, he'll get more EXP.
Bit of a catch up for folks just joining us. We are working with burst classes. The fighters you see on screen have an extra 20% hit. The thief, should we find it, can equip the Thor hammer. The black belt that we picked up behind Lich can equip red mage armor. The red mages, as Admiral Triad pointed out, fighter strength. The white mage extra 40 agility, and the black mage with the black belt vitality.
Ooh,
So
we've got a red Hydra tile.
That's pretty good. If they rolled low, I mean, the hallmark of these flags are clamped enemies. So if they rolled low, like they rolled close to vanilla, but yeah, you see those fire hydrants took a nuke. So
there was a pretty
chunky. It's kind of a bummer.
It'll be like one ice 3 and one lit 3 would reliably take care of them.
Or Bane. Bane's pretty effective, so Red Hydras don't have a ton of MDef as Tarnin finds the vampire floor still open in boxes here in Earth Cave, although we had
a rod.
Yeah, we do have a rod, but we found 2 items in Earth already, so sort of, I mean, could be Earth. I mean, loose items can be
There's
wherever.
only one more loose item.
And I'm gonna check this box on Earth 3. I hate this box, especially with flip floors, because I was like, where's Tarnin going? This isn't anything. It's like, all right, there's this box all the way over here. And Fizzle just says, no. Saudi found Northwest, so we're gonna see what's in the key lock here.
Got a flame shield +3. Ooh, Invis shirt. That'll be really good for support classes.
Not checking the spike tiles. Interesting.
I do believe was Sonny the one that no, it was Darkmoon that found the red Hydra tile.
Yeah.
So we might expect Sonny to just be like, I don't need to go so hard on checking all the trap tiles.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's information is so valuable with these flags that you hate to see like any bit of information just not found or like essentially forfeited to the other team.
I could see why Sonny would skip some of these checks if he is like deep in a dungeon, because you already found a good one, so why waste your time trying to find one that's already slightly inconvenient?
That's fair. And Danny pointing out in our tracker room, Fizzle found the floater at the caravan and is looking for money. So I missed it.
Hey man, same.
Y'all got any more of that money?
I can't exactly go punch some worms and get money.
Can you imagine? Just your neighbors find you in the backyard. Just
Just be like, yo, worms! Hey, they're purple!
excuse me, so this is a Wendy's. Fizzle digs up Matoya's cave, gets a little bit of money, but probably not the amount that he was looking for.
No 5-digit money around here. Although there is a trick that Lord Fizzlebeef can do if he wants to save up money,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a bit hard. It's very hard to do at the caravan, but you can literally just go sell all of your items, get the key item, share it with your partner, and then reset without saving.
Yeah, the fire sale. And there's Tarna with Provoca, and Provoca is pristine, so it's either Crescent or Onrak that is ravaged by the vampires.
Oh, we got level 2 life and exit. And Cure 3. It's all Red Mage learnable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Red Mage Knight's looking pretty good here. Level 2 Black we've got. Cake. Exit, though, is invaluable. Like, Entrance Floor Shuffle, like, there's not a more important spell for my money.
We got Rune Sword +1, so that's good. Yeah, we're only 42 minutes into this seed. It's still going to be like at least 20 minutes before our runners are in go mode. So that means exploring dungeons, and if you get to keep those levels with exit, that just means you're golden.
Yeah, and we're still looking for Tiamat and Kraken. And for our non-thieved parties, a key. So,
lapsed in thief. Yeah, with all this money, Sonny is just buying all the good level 5 magic.
Karna doing a little inventory management. Wants to pick up silver bracelets. Yeah, silver bracelets are pretty clutch, and there's Sonny Wrath with the discovery of
an Agama
the carry
tile.
floor. No, this is just a loose Agama. Yeah.
You say discovery, and I see an Agama on the screen. I'm like, ooh.
But he's gonna discover that he went the wrong way as womp womp.
And he's gotten the chest already, so that linked chest was nothing.
Alright, Fizzle, looks like we've got floater money.
Is it enough floater money?
I would trust Fizzle's ability to do math. Not in bringing heal potions into Topher, but to do money math.
Who needs heal potions when you're forced to wait mage? I mean, we've got access to Cure 3 at level 2, so it's like, that's like 50 heal potions right there, right?
Mm-hmm. Alright, Fizzle, 22 grand in hand, and that was a cheap floater too. That's kind of a bummer that you didn't have 12 grand kicking around in your 401k, your FFR 401k.
Yeah, Lord Fizzlebeef, certainly a cheapskate, still doing the trick to save money.
And it looks like Bicky gave us the Xcal -1.
Yeah, so both the Xcal and the Katana have rolled down, so that master's looking better and better.
Mm-hmm.
The big saving grace for the fighter is we are guaranteed a Masa at the end of the game.
Yeah, if you want to make the walk, there is a Masa in the vanilla Masa box.
If you're the person on your team who's ahead, I would always grab that Masa. Well, if you're really ahead.
The Xcal is still pretty good. Like, even Xcal -1, because we are working with the Xcal buff of an extra 30 damage, specifically on weapons that take advantage of weaknesses and enemy types, and the Xcal does that with every enemy that has a weakness or enemy type. So Xcal's still going to be really good, basically on anyone but Chaos, and Chaos it'll be awful.
Yeah,
but
Sonic just got a hope
carry 1.
hope for a good Vorpal, and then maybe
Yeah.
you'll get a knight.
MG Weirdo in chat calling for vanilla floater at the caravan. I think Weirdo's just played too many FFR seats to think that the caravan. Because I mean, it's always if it's a shop item at the caravan, it's always the floater, right? And
It's been so long since I've seen a incentive item at the caravan.
yeah. All right, Tarnin, first runner in the air, Trash Island Fire Department, and there's
Now, the
Fizzle
floater
right behind
isn't
him.
a huge advantage because
Yeah.
the boat's fast.
Yeah, the only thing it gives us access to that we don't normally do is the remaining Cardia Isles. So I would imagine one of our
And
Trash Island folks is going there. I'm sorry?
We need Sarda's Cave and
Yeah,
Titan's
Titans
West as
East.
well.
Yeah, Titans West, yep. But Fizzle's going to use the opportunity to instead catch up on magic.
Oh, yeah, we've got Cure 2 and Heal as well. Ah, who needs heal potions? Just get yourself some houses, man.
Alright, Dark Moon going to go through the rod lock here.
That poor vampire.
And there's a red wizard behind Carrie that Sonny Wrath picks up. So that's orb number 2 for Clever Team Name. And Sonny should have money in hand to pick this floater up right away if he checks the caravan.
I think so. Oh, yeah. So, based on the spells we've seen, I think I would replace my white mage with a red wizard. Because you can still get exit, you can still get life. And like that's all you need for white magic, because you got nuke, lock, saber.
And there's the floater get, so whenever it seems Fizzle and Tarnin are gonna have an advantage, Clever Team Name is right on their heels. This is gonna be a close one. Clever Team Name with the orb lead and Fizzle going back for carry revenge.
Yeah. Each team has their own separate advantages at this point in the race, and that's what I like to see.
Yeah, both teams have found, I believe, different ribbons from each other. Tarnin going into Titans West finds this floor reversed also bums me out.
It's not too hard to do. It lets your brain realize it's reversed because it's literally just a linear path at the start.
Yeah.
And Lord Fizzle Beef remembering that Carrie is on the right side this time.
Alright, Sonny heading up to the waterfall. Fizzle looking to light the fire orb for the Trash Island Fire Department. I think that this would be something they'd be good with.
Light the trash orb. Yeah, no one likes fire orb anyway. That's why everyone skips it for water orb first.
Dark Moon with the Canaria Castle find.
Slab and bottle. So
fetch on fetch on fetch. We know where all those things are. And there's expert.
We haven't.
So we're going expert
dragon armor -1.
So maybe they did get X for to land, and I just missed it. But
no, that was a turn 1 Brack that we saw.
I don't know if that was turn 1 or turn 2. I know the white mage bracked with a stick, but I don't know if there was. I might have missed the first round.
X for lands.
And now we're going with Banes and Bracks.
Ooh, Tarnin has found Tiamat with Brack and Bane.
And there's the Brack. So Brack and everything out here.
Alright, the Lord Fizzlebeath, also known as Love's Fiend Bracking. has entered the race.
All right,
I'm
and here,
surprised at just how much Brack strats come through in this flag set.
I mean, Xfer is really good. It's not often used in straight up seeds because the bosses aren't clamped as high as they are at this, but when you're given a low level Brack, or an infinite number of Bracks and a low level Xfer, I mean, and a high HP Fiends, and not like a melee way through, I mean, it makes sense.
We've just got Banes and Bracks coming out for Tarnin.
Yeah.
Only 2 instant killers left.
Oof.
Ooh. I'd probably have the Thief just drink a potion for himself, so you
I
make
don't
sure
think,
die
I don't think
long
he's.
from poison.
Yeah, I don't think he's surviving another hit anyway.
Okay.
There's the
Brian.
Brack stick. So we went from a 1-orb lead for Clever Team Name to a 1-orb lead for the Trash Island Engine number 9, all in one go. What was the class behind Tia? I missed that. Was it White Wizard? Yeah.
Yeah, nothing too interesting in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hate finding promoted versions of classes I already have behind the Fiends. Because like, I don't want to replace my magic.
All right, and Tarnin's about to get all of his fetch quests out of the way. Slab, bottle. Yeah. We're gonna open some.
Oh, that's a chime.
C incentive chime.
So wait, we've got Oxio, we've got loot, we've got rod, we've got chime, we've got all the locks.
Yep. So it's just a matter of
our runners are in go mode. They just need to find where Kraken is. They have a much higher chance of skipping all these chests now, especially with a master available.
Fizzle needs to find a thief or a key. He's the only on-screen runner that doesn't
thief.
That doesn't have a.
I just assume people get thieves.
Sonny turns in the crystal and gets an Ice 3 sword as the defense sword, so that's really good. More sweeper magic is always welcome.
There's a fog helmet Lord Fizzlebeep just picked up.
First turn Brack for Dark Moon. You love to see it. Slow 2-stick. So we are once again knotted up. 3 orbs apiece, approaching the 54-minute mark.
Where's Kraken?
Kraken and a key for Trash Island Fire Department, and Clever Team Name just needs Kraken. Another Lightning 3 shirt. That's pretty hype.
Yeah, that's certainly nice to find. So the big thing for like once Clever Team Name finds the chime that they can do what I was talking about, where they can just skip all the chests because they only need to find maybe Bahamut and then Kraken, and they do that by advancing, not by opening boxes.
Yeah. Alright, and you can see Dark Moon probably talking to Sonny, looking over notes. Where do I go? What you want me to do? Go check out Gaia, go check out Lefane. What Sonny told him.
Alright, we're gonna get some big information here because
good job, man.
Tarnin's checking out Mirage Tower.
You called it. Crescent Lake, ravaged by the vampire.
Yep.
And Life 2. It's pretty good. Arm 4 hammer.
And Ruse, although the Ruse is only available to white mages. Ooh, Warp and Fire 3. That Warp would have been so nice for ordeals.
Question from Butter Than You 227. What's Dia again? Dia is the harm spell, and Dark Moon gets the key. So Tarnan follows Dark Moon into Crescent Lake and is going to get the key. So you can see there's never
Okay.
really an advantage one way or the other for either of these teams. That key
So Lord
balances things back
Fizzlebeef
out.
is currently in Mirage,
Mhm.
and the key was found in the Gaia in the Crescent Lake. So Lord Fizzlebeef is gonna very soon have a key.
Yeah, Fizzle is in Cardia Forest. It's the C split. But yeah, there's
Arnon gets the key.
Yeah.
Lord Fizzlebeef, sorry, Trash Island engine number 9 is in go mode. Just where's Kraken?
Yeah, if Kraken is behind the chime in Mirage, that's the only advantage that
Blue Stake.
Trash Island could have here. Otherwise, it's just a matter of walking in the right place, because it very well may be like a top entrance, like in Cardia Tiny or something, is Kraken, and he's not locked behind anything. And
Yeah,
Fizzle?
I look at Dark Moon's screen, and with the items Dark Moon has, they're still looking for that chime. But other than that, I would feel really good in that position.
Ooh, Manta Course with Toxic. We didn't see that at all earlier when we were
In
trying to get
fact,
cheeky levels.
Yeah, trying to farm off of Manticores when they
Yeah.
could just be toxic.
Yeah, that's pretty lucky we didn't see that in the early game. Is that another Bane item? It's hard to tell with the
Kraken's
screen
gonna
preview.
die. Like,
Look at all
that's
this.
all I can say.
Look at all this stone poison. And is that a T-Rex off the hard reset, or is this?
This is, I think this is the second T-Rex that Tarnin's faced.
Yeah.
So. Oh, that's. Oh, Lefane leads to Bahamut.
Oh.
So that's the only other thing that Lord Fizzlebeef could want to see, and that's right in the same area.
And Dark Moon gonna show us what it's like to fight Bahamut.
This is something I'd be scared of. I'd be hoping to throw out lots of invis stacks if I had the ability to.
Yeah, and Tarnin does not. I'm sorry, Dark Moon does not have Expert to get that Expert Brack working. Although I don't think Bahamut resists stone poison, so it wouldn't actually help that much. I'm actually gonna look at Bahamut's stats. I always forget how Bahamut's actually sort of coded.
Specifically buffed Bahamut.
Yeah. So Bahamut, yeah, does have resistance to stone poison. So you would need Expert Brack to get that to land. And a decent amount of MDEF too, so.
Bahamut is pretty punchy, so with those Invis 2 stacks and the Thief's naturally high evasion,
Yeah.
he won't get hit, right?
Yeah, I mean, buff Bahamut.
Okay, never mind, Bahamut dies.
Yeah. Buff Bahamut is basically, as Hate the 13th pointing out in chat, basically Tia 1. So can be scary, especially with these flags with the scaling. And there's Onrak, so after all of that. And Tarnin now. So Tarnin and Dark Moon kind of holding hands.
With this Oxyl, perhaps the Onrak dungeon is a Kraken.
Ooh, that's level fast. 7. Yeah, that's Black Mage learnable, that slot too.
Oh.
So not learnable for the Red Wizard, but thinking real hard about whether or not we're gonna buy it, or maybe we did and it just got hung up on stream. No, we're going back. You gotta buy fast. It's a win condition for these flags.
Yeah, the other win condition is Black Belt.
Yeah, with the lack of high-powered swords, absolutely.
Yeah.
And there it is, the truncated sea shrine in Onrak.
So who needs a dungeon? Just go fight Kraken.
Yeah, gotta love it. It's just like that ice dungeon we found. It was ice 1 into the ice cave loop.
Wow, chat is making fun of me again, saying, "Oh, and wow, the thief will probably won't die as the thief dies."
Can't deal with absolutes when calling fights.
I said probably, so
that
at
a
least that's.
Black
Wait,
wizard. That's what looks like a black wizard behind
I
Kraken.
didn't catch it. I thought it was a knight at first, but it's just a pink hue.
Yeah, I was just looking at its shoulders.
It's super. Wait.
I think that's black wizard.
Yeah, it's Black Wizard. It's much clearer on the Twitch stream than it is in here in the booth.
All right, we're thinking.
Just bracket.
I mean, Lightning 3 is a good call here too. Lightning 3, Kraken does have a weakness to the lightning element. Kraken 1 has a weakness to the lightning elemental, so that Lightning 3 could hit hard.
Come on, Brack. Come on, loves fiend bracking. Ooh, that's 800 damage, but Brack goes off.
All right, and that's level 18, so we're in go mode all the way for Fizzle and Tarnin. However, pause for effect. We need levels.
So
Gonna be
wait.
It's gonna be easy to get once we
Did
get.
we confirm we got blue stakes off the hard reset?
No, I don't. I didn't get confirmation of that. But it might be worth looking at. And the fact that Fizzle's flying away means that we might have something better elsewhere. And Tarnin heading into kill Kraken to get his very own Black Wizard. Interesting.
I think Lord Fizzleby is going to be one getting some good spells. Two potential promotion in the future, so the fighter can equip that X-Scal. 3, get a black belt.
Yeah, I think Tarnin's heading to replace maybe the thief with that Black Wizard, so we can get access to fast.
And just hope Brack works.
Yeah.
Is that an opal? No, it's not. That was just opal armor, which Darkmoon did not care.
Sonic Wrath getting turned around in the flip floor here on C1, checking out rooms that we never go into.
So we've got Bane, Brack, Bane, just pray that Kraken dies.
And Fizzle heading to Lich 1, so
right.
We're going to get some...
Well, let me reverse curse this. Kraken will probably not die from Bane, right?
No,
wow.
He's going to get wrecked. He's going to get wrecked. Brack type like, oh! Alright, and Fizzle's going to go try to Brack Lich. And there's poison.
Hey,
Bane worked.
Bane.
Admiral Tryhard, the king of the day.
I am good at this, guys.
What are we replacing? The White Mage?
I would replace the White Mage because the Red Mage learned all the good white magic.
That's true. It's just sure.
We've got a life caster. We've got that's now a fast caster and a lot of locks.
Yeah. All right. So 104, like this is blisteringly fast for these flags that I've seen. So anything under 130 finish is huge. Darkmoon gets a crown. So we did find Northwest Castle a very long time ago.
Now, did you happen to catch how game 2 went? I only caught game 1.
No, I did not. I missed it. I know Clever Team Name won. I know it was close. I think they were within 5 minutes of each other.
Because I remember, I believe Trash Island Engine like hard gave up their lead in game 2.
It's a weird thing for them to do.
Or maybe it was
I'm just teasing you, man. All
No,
right.
I'm trying to actually think about this because that could give us insight to how this Topher might go if it goes bad.
Yeah, if these with boss scaling the way it is, I don't think we've actually called out the specific numbers here, but boss scaling stats are clamped 100 to 250%. So we're looking at minimum these bosses are going to be as hard as they are in the vanilla game. HP is 200 to 300%. So at minimum, they all have double HP, which is why you're seeing these Fiend ones stick around for as long as they do. But that just means
Not with Bane.
Chaos could have anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 HP. Now, Fizzle and Tarnin could get sneaky and go into Topher and just check out the stat bats and kind of get an idea of what is necessary for our Topher preparation while Clever Team Name tidies up their end game here.
Now, Clever Team Name, I believe they're the ones that actually know about the Red Hydra grind tile.
Mm-hmm.
So that is
Yeah.
an advantage I'll chalk up to them.
Yeah, it's not top 10 grind tiles, but it's with this XP scaling, it's definitely serviceable.
With exit available, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean you give like a Bane stick, you give all those Bane swords out that you found, and just spam that, and those could be quick fights. Otherwise, you're gonna kind of be struggling a little bit. But as Danny pointed out, Ice 3 sword also would be very helpful in that grind. And Dark Moon, about to get the good information for Fast and Kraken.
Alright, so Tarnin is gonna try to promote. Because, well, the ninja does have a katana, even though it rolled low.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got level 4 sabers, so that is a backup plan if they're running with black belt strats.
Yeah, and it is a ton of XP too. So
actually, yeah, that's a good point. 20,000 EXP with all 4 orbs lit, that's nothing to scoff at.
Alright, meanwhile, Sonny working his way to Kraken.
Bye-bye. It's level 23 across the board for Tarnin.
And it looks like Fizzle picking up the important gear that we found along the way. So very deliberate chest checking here. And there's Kraken 2, or Kraken 1 for Sonny Wrath. We're going Brack Stick, Brack, Brack Stick, Brack.
Wow.
Gotta love it. So, on and through.
That's equal levels across both teams, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Here comes Fizzle's promotion. Or XP dump.
Oh, wait. No, Darken's grinding Dermedusas. That's a tile.
That's the best one we found so far.
And with lit 3 shirts, and level 1 nuke, this is gonna be a breeze. Actually, I think I'm gonna chalk up a good lead to Clever Team Name.
Yeah, that's huge. That's Sharknado floor. That's a free grind too. And this is basically a level of fight the whole way through, as long as we're getting more than 5 Gurmedusas. And Dark Moon all the way to the bank with these.
Yeah, the double fiend kill for Team Trash Island Engine was a very good to get him back in this race. However, they are behind.
Yeah.
As you see Sonny killing regular Medusas. Wait a minute. I thought they were grinding Medusas.
No, he's also here. He's just got the palette swap.
Oh.
Just add confusion to the mix.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, so this is Cardia Tiny, I think.
Which thing is Cardia Tiny? The
Sharknado floor. So we didn't see Trash Island push the Cardia Exploration any farther than the Cardia Forest.
I could imagine one of the runners for Trash Island Engine to go into Topher, check out that grind tile.
Yeah. And Tarnin, gonna check out the stat bats first? Or we're still cleaning up magic? Yeah. Alright. Fizzle on Sharknado floor, checking tiles. He's working his way right to the Germedusa tile. So
Getting all these mages.
yeah, because I think he
nuke.
Yeah, I think when he was here before, he checked the Sharknado tile.
That's level 32. That's a big milestone for the master.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Lord Fizzlebeef actually heading... Is that the Germedusa
Yeah,
tile?
he's gonna find it right now. So, like I said, these advantages are just like whenever you think one team has it, a strong advantage, the other one's like 2 to 3 minutes behind it, also finding it and just sort of mitigating
so
that.
this race is gonna be down to within one Topher dive.
Mm-hmm. And party comp wise, we got. Oh man, I don't know if I don't know what Sonny's classes are. I don't know if they're. I think the Thief, White Mage, and Black Mage are still vanilla, but I don't know if Toad is a Knight or Toad is a Black Belt.
We never saw a Knight. So
maybe that's the Red Mage?
That could be the Red Wizard because it's kind of like a. It looks like a Sage, kind of.
It is casting nuke, so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gotta be Red Mage. And so Dark Moon and Tarnin, very similar parties. Tarnin with the White Mage to Tarnin's Red Mage. Fizzle with like speed and power party. You know, Black Belt, Red, Double Black is a very fast party. And you can see his levels already catching up to Sonny Ras. They both just hit level 31.
Yeah, the big question though is going to be Tarnin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, Tarnin is still level 23. However, that ninja with a few nukes will help.
And because Dark Moon is our highest level runner, just hit 36 across the board.
This is okay. I honestly don't miss this from Spring Tournament. How many black belt grinds have we seen?
Yeah.
oh wait, I think I do remember. Luigi for Sonya is the black belt.
Yeah, it is. So like I remember that.
This is red.
Yeah, this got to be his Red Mage. Nice process of elimination teamwork with chat.
Definitely one of the more helpful Twitch chats to have around. In fact, this community in general is very helpful. If you're interested in this and you haven't joined the community already, go check out the Final Fantasy Randomizer website. It has our Discord server on it. Welcome to join. Welcome to have fun.
Yep, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. So yeah, this is fantastic because the Sharknado is literally the floor right before on-rack. So being able to just pop up there, refresh your spell charges, walk back down, very advantageous grind location. Fizzle now at 33, Darkman at 49, Sawny at 36. So
then at 25.
Yeah, and here comes Tarnin to the Germedusa party. He had to stop and get ice on the way.
I can imagine Tarnin maybe stopping at 32 because just because the difference is a little bit extreme.
I am surprised we haven't seen any runner check the stat bats just to see, You get that information, understand how, because if you see high absorb, high HP, like you know that black belt's got to go to 42. Just make it and do yourself a favor, you know. Especially with TOF right there in Canary Castle.
So, like, I would be a fan of like just Tarnin to go to level 32 because Tarnin, you know, Tarnin has that ninja backup strat. Because crits eventually work.
Yeah, it's just Katana -2. Like crit's still pretty good, but
it's roughly equivalent to a Vorpal sword. Roughly.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's still got like over a 25% crit rate. Because the actual crit rate is like half the crit stat that we see in the menus, right?
Yeah, there's 42 for Dark Moon exiting, and I think it's time to go to Topher for Dark Moon, so we're going to pay attention to what Dark Moon's doing here for his first Topher dive, as long as he doesn't have... If Dark Moon has any shopping to do, because we did spend a lot of time on that grind, I don't know how prepped otherwise he is, but it looks like we're ready to go. Just gonna last minute save in Canary and walk in. Stat bats. No stat bats.
Not checking the bats when you're ahead of your partner. I very much hate that play.
Yeah, that's
Plus, you got a 42 black belt.
I mean, that could be nerves. I'll give Darkmoon the benefit of the doubt. That could be nerves. Stat bats are not something that we play with a lot. It's only been co-op that we've seen them in organized play. So it's an hour 17, and like we're going. Like he's the first one into Topher. Like, gotta go fast. Don't
and
got time to raid.
That's 42 for Sonny.
Mm-hmm. And Cyrenus joining us in chat. There's another Cyrenus every summer. There's co-op, so good to see you, buddy. All right, on to the Lich floor. So I'm pretty sure, did Dark Moon come in on a hard reset? I'm gonna assume he did. So counter table being friendly. More Gurmadus's like, hey, you want to be level 43 before you hit Lich 2?
44?
Maybe? No. Here's some more. Why aren't you higher level?
Hey, come on, Dark Moon.
They're just
there's
42 for Fizzle, so it's coming. They're coming quick, and we'll see where Tarnin is.
Yeah, I'm very curious about Tarnin.
If he's mid 32. Okay, 32. We'll see.
Okay, you're gonna keep going.
And Sonny still has to go back up as master here off Lich, so not a big time loss. We'll see how far Tarnin's grind goes by the time.
What I think Tarnin might do is just, run out of nuke charges and then finish up.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like, there's a good chance you can get the levels in Topher. But Fizzle's still prepping too, so I would love to see one of these runners just stand on that gas pedal.
Fighting a Lich. Time to get that master.
Nice pickup for wall on Fizzle's end, and look like maybe equip some armor one day, Fizzle? No?
One day.
It's fine. We'll get some pro rings.
Gotta save up that money.
And Lich 1 was enjoying having HP for a while, and here comes Carry 2. We're gonna fight. Think hard. Invis 2 and Cure 4 and Wall all on the same spell level can be problematic. So opening unfasted punch, 7 hits, 525. Goodbye, Davis the Black Mage. So no fast getting off, but Black Belt should still be able to get through this here. Sonny also blowing past the stat bats. Doesn't care. We got to go fast. 8 hits, 1030.
Well, Sonny blowing past the stat bats, I understand a lot more because Dark Moon's just giving him much better information that's fresher.
Yeah.
green dragons, it says.
All right, and you really gotta Fizzle. Still checking for something.
What's Fizzle checking for? Just punch it. Like in all means, punch
I
it.
wonder. Oh, this is something deep down here too.
Provoca.
Oh. Alright, yeah, meanwhile, Dark Moon approaching Kraken too.
Provoca has life.
Hmm. Yeah, that's important. So we're gonna fast?
Considering that, okay, so the plan is
Oh,
Tarnan's just gonna keep up his
first
grind.
first turn Bane from Kraken takes out the ninja. Sorry to step on you for that second, but did want to call that out because it was rolling through, and speaking of rolling through, Dark Moon's on and through, so
Let's see, what was I saying? Yeah, Lord Fizzlebeef needs a single life caster because all of his party members are pretty essential in giving that black belt the quickest way through. And they probably discussed in the voice chat, Tarnan wants to get 42, so Lord Fizzlebeef has got time to do the prep. Because really, it doesn't matter if you're the person ahead of your teammate, you've got all the time in the world. It's just, it's like if you show up late to a party but you're not the last one there and they have to wait for the last person, did you really hold it up?
All right, through Lich 2 for Sonny. Dark Moon taking on Tia 2. We're gonna go with Invis 2, build that evasion. Haste coming out. Good turn order here. 13 hits, 866. Here comes Lightning 2 or Thunder 2 for Dark Moon. Little katana swing there. Time for.
If I was Dark Moon, I'd go grab Masa. Like, why not?
No way. No way.
Why
We gotta
not?
go fast. We gotta go fast. We got a black belt. We don't need Masa.
Ahead, but there's a ninja.
No, we gotta go fast. We gotta go fast. We don't got time to walk all the way down to that Masa box, warp back, and then walk through the rest. It's a lot of steps. This is one of the highest encounter rates. I think this dungeon floor actually has the highest encounter rate of any dungeon floor in the game. So you run the risk of hitting like unrunnable airs, like 6 steps in a row. Like it's just gotta go fast. Nuking through, and
but like Sonny's still only on carry.
Right, but there's still, like, I mean, I don't know. You go. I feel like you go fast. You go fast. It's a race, Admiral.
You're still winning, you know you're winning against your partner because they just hit the C4. Like, your job.
Sure, but like you don't want to be walking to Masa box if like you don't need it, and he doesn't need it. And yeah, I don't know. I get it, but that's something we could ask them when they
like,
join us.
Your job in the front spot of your team is to make sure that nothing could go wrong for the big fights, which are the bosses in Chaos.
Right, and there's
the other thing you can do
Chaos
you play defensively against the Fiend.
Chaos does not have Cure 4. We just saw Fizzle check the stat bats. Tia 2 has Cure 4. Chaos, a ton of HP, and a nuke in the pool, so. Dark Moon taking his time, making sure his inputs are what they want to be. Ruse comes out, and Viz 2 comes out.
That ninja is already at max stacks on evade.
And we are down to just Chaos for Dark Moon. And it's party time now.
Now, oh look, the ninja's swinging. Oh boy, I wonder.
if that ninja had Masa, it still wouldn't be doing any
It wouldn't hold
damage
a can-
compared to that master. Yeah.
It wouldn't compare to the master, but if chaos, turn 1 back row is your master, what are you gonna do?
He's never gonna hit that hard, man. Oh, the
God,
caster? Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
caster.
disagree with
You
that.
said caster, I heard master. So, yeah, I mean that's just something you pivot for. That's why we have caster items. We prioritize fast casts and stuff. But this chaos, a lot of absorb.
I actually did mean master because turn 1 punch into nuclear nuke
Well,
has happened to me,
That's 3 turns.
and I've seen chaos punch for over 800 on my master before.
Yikes. Alright, 13, it's 829. Nuke coming out. Sony about to pull Chaos himself.
And
Pure Force
remember,
coming out.
for semis and finals, it's just gonna get worse.
Absolutely. And there's a stop rolling through. Stops the ninja, but luckily the ninja recovers right away. That stop does negate all evasion. So, out of Invis 2s, out of Cure 4s, out of nukes.
You get stopped, does a ninja just start again?
There's a rub. That's a free turn.
Or you say it's a free turn.
And there it is. Dark Moon gets it done right at 126.54, but we've got to wait for Sony to get through. We'll see how Sony holds up here. Get your first G in chat.
Yep. After hearing about that, hearing about a potential rub coming out, putting that wall up on the black belt.
Well, if we got pro rings, we're fine. I think everybody picked up pro rings.
Yeah, but it's a black belt. You don't want to put on equipment.
Oh, 42 black belts not getting rubbed.
Oh,
that's not happening.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
3 and 256. I mean,
we've seen that 3 and 256 happen.
I still think that might have been an expert that came out first.
No, there was no expert.
We'll ask. All right, Temper's coming out. Temper's coming out all over this black belt. 10 is 1596. Sony going for the throat.
I think this is gonna be a GG for clever team name.
Well, it's not over till it's over.
Like, black belt just needs to hit one more time for 2000, and that's GG.
Yep. All right, get those GGs in chat for clever team name, taking it down in Game 3 with an official FFR bot time of 1 hour, 28 minutes, 10 seconds. Moving on to the round of 8.
All right. See if we're able to bring them into chat. So this is a pretty big win for them because this is a come from behind set.
Yeah.
Let's see if my partner's prediction was wrong. He put in predictions for this race. And that sounds like we are joined in chat by, well, one of the members of Clever Team name, Dark Moon.
Yeah, Sonny will be here in a sec. I think we're both still kind of recovering.
There we go. There's Sonny.
Yeah, it just took me a second to jump up here.
There. Yeah. So.
GG, fellas.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's GG to both of you. Everyone was in Topher.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was pretty close.
These have been close every single time we've done it. We've been in Topher every time with them, like today ahead of them for once. So, like, bangers all around we've done this round.
Yeah, this is really intense. Close races come from behind set victory. How do you feel about that?
Oh my god. I think both times that we won, Sonic, your exact reaction has been, how did we do that?
Oh no, fizzle down to just the black belt.
Oh.
Tia not playing kind. This is going to be a tricky chaos fight for just a master.
Chuck Norris strats incoming.
Yep. Hey, all you need's a punch.
Get it, Fizzle.
There's the vampires.
Oh!
You don't want to see that.
No.
That turn order, though.
It can't run.
That turn order.
Oh.
Oh.
Place.
Oh.
Oh no. No.
That's
you
an
don't even
uncomfortable
die
white.
to the bosses.
And
Oh.
Tarnin
Yeah.
also down to no life caster, so the RNG breaking against Trash Island Engine number 9 here in Topher as something chewed up their life casters.
Oh.
So Trash Island Engine just had a dumpster fire Topher. Even
yeah,
though they were all 42.
My forgetting to go in on a power cycle was apparently a good thing.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you had gone in on a power cycle or not.
It tends to be when there's like sets like this where there's a lot of encounters early on. I'll keep that in the back of my mind for if I need to do like an overworld grind, a desert or something. But I tend to just like let the encounter table roll the whole time with that because I don't want to have to burn off 3 or 5 encounters at the beginning. I'd rather just get the hero runs faster and just use it.
And there's Tarnin with the same vampire party pack with the thief dead in the front row, got initiative and was able to run from the vampires, and now he's on the chaos floor gonna prep his black wizard and master for
Now this
the
black
chaos
belt
friends.
vitality is gonna come in huge because a black wizard with over 500 HP.
And there's the big victory lap for Tarnin.
Just wait till they realize I secretly turned on chaos floor encounters.
Oh, okay.
Hide.
Wait, no. Oh,
little mini victory laps, just
getting
coming
artistic.
in. Yeah.
Oh,
Having fun with it. Having fun with it. So, when you Darkmoon, when you went into Topher, so I apologize, I missed race 1 and 2, so I don't know if this is something that's new for Clever Team Name. I only have my own experience racing with Nightmare. Blowing past the stat bats, accidental or intentional?
Oh, I 100% don't remember they're there, but I'll be honest with you, I probably wouldn't check them anyway, because that's a lot of information for my poor brain to try and remember.
Fair.
Yeah, it's a lot. It takes time to check all of them, and yeah, I was in Topher first, but Thawny's much faster than I am, so if either of us is going to check it, it's Thawny when he's in the lead. Otherwise, no.
Fair. It was a mixed booth. We were unsure if it was intentional or accidental.
Both.
Fair. Tri-state.
Exactly.
Thoughts on this? Was also a divisive issue between Admiral Tryhard and I. Darkmoon entering Topher first, hitting the Tia floor, checking the Masa box for something for the ninja to swing.
Nope. Ninja had a katana. I mean, it was a negative katana, but it was a katana. It was fine. He was going to be just fine with that. All he really had to do was stand up front, use his lucky evade to avoid hits that could have come to someone else, and maybe swing once in a while the punch mage did all the real work. Speaking
of punch mages, this master for Tarnin has for the first time hit under 1,500 damage on the killing blow there, and that's a big G for Tarnin.
Very big G.
Yeah, the Masa box, like, I get it. I would also not have checked it, but I understand the argument for checking it. You know.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I had nothing just for my ninja to swing, that would have been one thing. But I mean, I found even like an ice sword or something just to keep him busy would probably have been fine. So the monster's just too far out of the way.
For me, it's just like you're at that point you're well ahead in Topher, and you could have a situation like Lord Fizzlebeef had, where it was like just your single melee left, and
See, the thing is, you saw that Sonny was right behind me. Like, by the time we got into Chaos, he was only like a minute or two behind me. My being far in the lead is just a grace period, okay? My menuing is not as quick as his, so I need every advantage I have just to keep up with him, so I'm not being hurt.
You're making that slipstream for Sonic.
Exactly.
We know what you're doing.
Yeah, you just ride my way. You're fine.
Tarnin joining us in the stream chat. Good to see you, Tarnin.
GG's.
Calling out Fizzle's menuing. Yeah, there's during spring tournament this past year when my my head-to-head series with Fizzle, I just got absolutely bodied by this man in race 2 and race 2, And in the Center for Competitive Forfeiting chat, Chad, who's on the Team Oof with Hate the 13th this year in co-op, called
What is
out
he
that Fizzle is the Jeremy Clarkson of FFR. When the seed lets you go fast, this man goes fast.
Speed power.
And it's just a lot of fun watching that menuing. It's almost automatic, like you see with so many of the top runners in the community, like CC, Spellzap, Thundercloud, Edgeworth. Like it's like their thumbs. I don't get it.
Yeah. No. So, but yeah, no, my partner is great. And I mean, I think we've, like, over the last few games, we've developed this really good zone together on how we operate. And just, like, I know if I can get it over first, I need every second I can. Because he's going to pass me at some point. I'm going to get lapped, and it's just going to be bad.
Dark Moon, I've been saying it since I think I've been saying it since spring tournament this year. Maybe bingo. Like, you and Danny are in the same boat for me. Like, you guys are much better at this game than you give yourself credit for.
Hey, I did give up my platypus title a couple months ago. So,
like, you guys are moving on to the round of 8 in co-op. Gonna be racing the tryhard cats.
Yep. So when are we gonna schedule it?
We'll figure that out later.
Yeah. Sonny is the stopgap because I'm usually just available. So.
Yeah, and I know with Lynn, since he's 5 hours ahead of Eastern, it's going to be somewhat difficult because of my work schedule.
Yeah, we may have to arrange for weekends or something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Ample time.
Totally.
As Fizzle working on Tier 2 made it here with everybody, gets through with everybody, and 45 across the board. This dive, Fizzle should not have very many problems
We
with
see the
that
victory
Chaos
lap.
and Friends. I don't know if Fizzle's the kind of guy to the victory lap. Just gotta go fast.
I
But we'll
mean,
see. I've
Fizzle-
been wrong a couple times, Triard, so, I mean...
Hey, I've been pretty spot on this seed. I pretty much accidentally predicted Kraken dying to
Look how wrong I am.
Bane.
Look how wrong I am.
I correctly predicted the vampire attacking Crescent Lake. I also correctly predicted, or wrongly predicted the thief dying to Bahamut.
I've never seen a victory lap route in Sky to floor. All right, so here we go. We're gonna ruse, we're gonna nuke, we're gonna fast, we're going to temper. And Garland punch for 1 damage. Chaos opens up with the ice 2, not the nuclear, so that's good to see. Means we're gonna be a little better equipped to survive the next round, as everybody still has north of 400 HP. Nukes roll through, tempers come out, the fast comes out. Pretty good. We're gonna do another ruse stick, maybe? And we're gonna nuke, and we're gonna temper, and we're gonna temper.
It's like he selects the options before I see the cursor.
You have to anticipate what Fizzle's gonna do, and it's if he has temper charges, it's gonna be cast temper.
Yeah,
So-
it's the same way with his fast charges.
Yeah, if he's got temper, so it's gonna punch. It's gonna be a temper, and a temper.
Hey, there's a spell I forgot to buy, by the way.
More temper.
Cast punch better. 3,000 damage.
So one more hit ought to do it. Okay, that was a wall, not a temper. But now we're gonna temper.
More temper. Cast
Why
lock.
not?
Cast lock.
So nuke 163, punch 2041. So a 2-punch chaos for Fizzle Beef. It takes it down, sends the Trash Island Fire Department. A very respectable run on this seed, 139-16. I get those big GGs in chat for Fizzle and Tarnin, and
Alright. We are joined by Fizzle and Tarnin.
Just
Or wait.
Just Morphin,
Oh.
Morphin.
GG Fizzle.
GG.
GG.
How do you
Well done,
press
buddy.
the A button so fast?
Fast on your hands.
Bite. Rage.
You've been playing FFR too much. If Spite and Rage are driving you, at least you get to take a break before
Yeah.
Fall League, and you get the whole fire department together.
But I didn't want to take a break. I wanted to keep going. And then I felt like the seed had other plans.
Well, Fizzle, I'm gonna chalk it all up to the snub of the Hooray Dwarf.
Yep, nah, that's fair.
Set the tone early. I was like, Fizzle, because you just stood there in the dwarf cave. I was like, you gotta talk to Ray Dwarf. Fizzle, you gotta talk to Ray Dwarf. Fizzle, and you just reset. And I was like, Fizzle, what are we doing here?
What is the concept of the Hooray Dwarf?
The concept is you have to pat him on the head 3 times to harness his luck.
Yeah, and
By the time we got there, like all our luck was already bad. So like.
Yeah, the early game. So this seed was a lot of fun to watch. Where every time we saw somebody like gain an advantage, like, oh, we found Lich, But you guys bounced out, and Clever Team Name went for it, and they got through it. And then you found Carrie, and like got that done. And then so it's just like the orbs were just sort of bouncing back and forth. The big thing, I think, that sort of set the table in motion was when you found ordeals, you found stone poison sorcerers and gave up.
Yep.
And then Sawney Wrath, maybe like 1-2 minutes later, went to ordeals after doing a few more inner sea checks and got through and got that early canoe. So I think that was like sort of like what got their early game kickstarted for them. And then it was, but I mean, like, it was still like Clever Team Name up 2 orbs to 1, and then all of a sudden you guys were up 3 orbs to 2 because you guys had the simultaneous carry and Tia kills, which was a lot of fun to watch. But then immediately after that, Dark Moon gets the Tia kill, and it's just like, man. Like, and it was Dark Moon finding the Gur Medusa grind about 2 minutes before you. And then because Sonny was in the door right behind him, and they were both like, it was so I guess that's a question, I think, for Dark Moon and Sonny. Had that Gur Medusa grind not been there, what was the backup strat for levels?
So the backup strat would have been to check the Temple of Fiends tile to see what that held, because as soon as I found that Gur Medusa tile in Sharknado floor, I told Dark Moon, as soon as we're done with orbs, come here, grind. Otherwise, it would have been head to Topher and check that tile.
Yeah, because we knew basically Kraken had to be there because there was no other place for like Kraken to be. And then he said Fast was there, so come here, get Fast, start grinding, and then I'll go kill Kraken, and we'll just be grinding at that point.
So that's kind of hilarious because we skipped a lot of locations. We skipped a lot of locations, and then all the other locations, it was just like running into a brick wall for like the entire seed until finally, once we got up 2 orbs, we could kind of start getting things in motion.
Yeah.
What party did y'all take?
I had black belt rainbow.
Yeah, by the end.
No, at the start.
Thief white black.
Yeah, both of us. Yep. That's such a great party for this flag set.
It was curious that was another debate Admiral Triard and I were having about whether or not you bring the opening thief, because there was a point where every runner was in go mode except Fizzle, because Fizzle didn't have a thief, and we didn't have a key, so it's just like, hopefully that key's not buried around anywhere dumb. And as like that sentence left my mouth, Dark Moon found Crescent Lake and got the key, and I was like, oh. And then within 45 seconds, Tarnan was in there, because that was literally this seed. Everywhere somebody went and got an advantage, the other team was sure to follow within the next minute or two. It was pretty remarkable to watch.
Yeah, from my point of view, the first huge advantage was just the successful ordeals dive.
Yeah.
And then it was just Trash Island Engine that made up a lot of that time with bracking Carrie and Tiamat at the same time.
You got Brack on Carrie?
Yeah, Expert.
That's awesome.
So Fizzle.
Wait, we didn't see that Expert.
No,
yeah,
I'm sorry. Tarnan in chat hanging out with us. So, I remember seeing the Expert go off on Carrie. Did Expert brack on Lich, or was that just a 3-256 brack on Lich? Because that was the more impressive one.
Yeah, that was a 3-256 brack on Lich.
Yeah.
That's awesome too.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
my
Yeah, bro,
brain
you
broke.
wrecked Lich.
My brain broke for
Yeah.
a bit on that
Yeah,
one.
Love's fiend bracking channel the energy towards Tarn this race.
Yeah. So we'll credit Tarna's RNG from Danny putting the hedgehog into his nameplate there.
I appreciate that. That's
Um,
cute.
That is
But-
awesome.
Yeah.
Great
So
hedgehog.
Brack Lich 1. It's remarkable. Like I don't think I've
Oh,
ever seen that. I don't think
yeah,
I've ever seen a Brack on an
I
undead.
didn't think you
I'm-
could have. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
it's,
he resisted it.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
3256, but it's just like,
Mhm.
what?
The white mage is just like, maybe it'll work. And then the Lich just died, and then we're like, huh, I didn't expect
was-
that to work.
Yeah, first time I've ever seen that happen in my life. So
Oh, man.
thank you for that, Tarnan.
Mhm.
This flag set has opened my eyes to Brack strats.
Oh,
Yeah.
extra
Yeah.
Brack strats are overpowered and they're beautiful.
Not
It
even
was-
extra Brack strats at this point.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
just
was-
Brack in general.
yeah. When I
Brack is
saw
what
the
you do if you just want to like throw the dice and hope. X for Brack is what you do if you want to win.
yeah the Brack stick early is like it's what I wanted to see every time I race these flags, and I never
Yeah.
got it.
That was
Because
great.
like clamped fiends, it's like, hey, that's two fiends. Like if I find early lich if I'm turning, yeah. If I find early Tia, early Kraken, we can make this work, you know.
Or
But
even with a low level Brack, you can make it
Yeah.
work.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we'll pass the mic to Clever Team Name. We'll get the final thoughts. You guys moving on to the round of 8, taking on the Tryhard Cats. We'll get those races scheduled when we can. Dark Moon, first runner across the line. Final thoughts, buddy.
Wow. That was wow. I don't think I have anything else I can add to that.
Fair. Sawney Wrath, second across the line for Clever Team Name and on screen. Final thoughts, bud.
Fizzle, you and Tarnan played your hearts out. You
Mhm.
definitely bested us the first game. It's unfortunate that we ran out of time for it, but we came back in games 2 and 3 and ended up playing our hearts out in response. So you guys motivated us to play at the best we have done so far. So I want to thank you both for that one. Going into the round of 8 against Admiral Tryhard and Lynn the Cat, that's going to be one heck of a match.
Yeah, you guys better bring
It's
it.
going to be difficult.
Yeah. Remember, we almost finished first in the seeding race, and that's only when we ran 2 practice seeds together. We've been practicing almost every day since.
Yep.
Nobody likes to show off. Stay humble.
And Lynn the Cat is also a very, very good veteran runner anyway.
Yeah.
So
One of the
it's-
OGs.
It's an uphill battle for sure. So I'm looking forward to the challenge that you two bring. Though I do want to thank you, Admiral Tryhard, as well as you, Caleb, for doing commentary, Jay Shadell for doing restreaming, and Danny, of course, being our ultimate tracker for tracking. And Fizzle, I want to thank you
tracker
for being able to work around the schedule that I've got, because I know it's really, really funky because I work evenings. So thank you both.
GG, Sonny. And Lord Fizzlebeath representing the Trash Island, engine number 9. Final thoughts for you and Tarnan.
I want to give the biggest shout out to Tarnan. I know it's tradition. I even said it in the reveal that this was going to be our annual romp through the first round of the co-op tournament. But it was what a first round. If I could have a first round, it would have been that first round. This has been such a blast for us, and we will be back. We will always be back to haunt the first round of the co-op tournament.
Is that a threat or a promise?
Yeah.
No, it's
Sure,
a
it sure
no,
is.
it's a boon if this keeps happening.
And I don't know, maybe we'll just randomly challenge people, who knows. But in the meantime, I still just want to give the biggest shout out and hug and heart to Tarnan for being my bestest co-op partner buddy. Sorry we didn't make it. And shout outs to Clever Team Name. Have fun next round. Have fun with Tryhard Cats. It's gonna be barn burner.
We will.
Sorry, we're gonna have Daniel roll the seed, so it's gonna be a dumpster fire.
And she rolled this one. This one was good.
And she rolled the last one, and the last one was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta learn how to play Danny Seeds. You'll be all right.
Come on, this
Admiral,
isn't a Danny seed. We got level 1 nuke.
it happens when you roll all the seeds. I mean,
Yeah, no kidding.
they're good. If there's a good mix, there's a good chance it's gonna be good or bad. Admiral Triard, you've been a wonderful co-comms with me in the booth. Why don't you take us home, man?
Yep. Thank you to everyone for watching, and this has been the end of the round of 16 of the co-op tournament. Stay tuned next week for the round of 8, and as this flag sets, as the competitors get more and more up there, we're gonna see more and more dangerous fiends. It's gonna be a blast. Come watch, come join the community. It's been a great time being in here. And good night, everyone. We'll have some dinner.